Onda Magazine presenta.
Que onda, amigos? I'm Irene Uribe. I am here today. We're talking about Houston Restaurant Weeks. It's coming up, and I have the pleasure of speaking with Miss Katie Stone and Mr. Luis Roger. Welcome.
Hello.
Yes,
thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. So tell us a little bit about Houston Restaurant Week. It's coming up. We're very excited to eat some of this food. This smells amazing. We'd like to know a little bit about your dishes and you know what we have coming up.
Well, Houston Restaurant Weeks runs August 1st through Labor Day every year. And this is the 23rd year of Houston Restaurant Weeks. My mother, Cleverley Stone, she started it in 2003, believe it or not. And it was her solve for the slow time of the year here in Houston. She was kind of the OG foodie broadcaster. Maybe you remember way back when, but she had a radio show on CBS, and she was the food contributor on Fox. And, her biggest goal was to get people outside the loop and try all these incredible cuisines that Houston had and a lot of people didn't know about. And so the event over the last 23 years has grown not only into the busiest month of the year for restaurants instead of the slowest, but it's also the largest annual fundraiser for Houston Food Bank, which is quite amazing because there is no other city in America, for sure, maybe somewhere in the world, I don't know, but there's definitely no other city in America that comes together as a community, 200 cultures, 250 cuisines, whatever, all to support the local restaurant community, which is about 10% of our workforce, and the Houston Food Bank that is feeding more people than any food bank in the world. So it's really a special time. And, Chef Luis, he was a great friend of my mother, and he's been a chef here for so many years, and he's a great supporter of ours, and he's got a couple of restaurants that are very popular during Houston Restaurant Weeks.
Perfect. And, we'd like to hear a little bit about the restaurants, and then we'll touch base a little bit more on about the impact it's had for the Houston Food Bank. But tell us a little bit about your restaurants, what you have, what you offer for our community.
Thank you. Well, my name is Luis. We have two restaurants, Spanish restaurants, VCN. One is VCN in Montrose, and the other one is Matt at River Oaks district. And, we represent Spanish food. And we are so proud, and we take very pride to be part of the Restaurant Week, especially this year.
Yes.
It has been, challenging. Let's say challenging.
Yes, and tell us. So you brought us food. Tell us a little bit about the dishes that you will be showcasing this year, and what you have here for us.
Okay, appetizers. We have the tostada hamachi, which is a kind of tuna tartare, but with hamachi. It is, in Spain it's very popular, the tapas, the small bites. So it fits very well this format of the big tostada, And then we have the croquetas of jamón ibérico over there. We have the little octopus, which is the pulpo a la gallega, very popular in Spain and very popular in Houston, I would say as well. Okay, what else we have? We have the gambas al ajillo, a little kick, spiciness, the shrimps, everybody likes. And combined with some little beans from Spain, white beans, amazing quality, okay? We have the jamón ibérico, which is over there in that age, with the pan de cristal, which is a very light bread that we put some tomato paste and some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and you have to try it. Later on, you have to.
I will.
And then we have the steak tartare, which is rolled in a kind of edible Houston Chronicle newspress. Okay, and then we have, the typical and classical flan from Spain. I think also Mexico is very popular, this dish, right?
Muy popular.
We have the gypsy arm, which is, very, very unique and very, very from local area where I was born. And then the filet mignon. We have also, a nice paella with, you can add a lobster tail if you like. There is a lot of options and add-ons that you can. Oh, I was forgetting the patatas
don't
bravas.
Forget that one.
I was forgetting the patatas bravas.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'd love to.
Yes. Tell us what it is, Chef.
Patatas bravas, golden Yukon potatoes, slow cook with a garlic alioli, pimentón de la vera, which is the smoked paprika from Spain, and then some spicy oil.
Wow.
Excellent. to
Deliciosas.
start. Gracias.
Muchas gracias. When he walked in here today, I was like, "What'd you bring us?" And he said he has a paella. And what stuck out to me was the jamón ibérico. If you can tell us a little bit about what jamón ibérico is, since you're Spanish and you can probably say it better than most of us, explain to us, a little bit of why it's so special.
It is very special. Actually, I just been recently in Spain in the factory where they produce this jamón ibérico. It's a cured ham. It is made with a special porks. Is something very unique from Spain, and they only eat acorns. Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes them very special, and especially the last 4 months of the age.
Yeah.
And the flavor, the fat that has inside. I would say it's kind of a cured Wagyu, I would say, because the amount of fat that is between all the meat.
Yes.
And I mean, you need to, you know
I do know.
taste.
I told him I've had it 3 times and it's delicious and I can't wait to have it again.
This one is probably going to be one of the best ones.
best.
And I learned from Chef that on that particular ham, because a pork, there's a crystalline layer, right? Like little crystals on the top that is like a natural salt almost, or am I thinking of a different dish?
Well, I mean, the process is super long. I mean, it can be curing for even more than 32 months. I mean, we're talking about, or even 2 years.
Yeah.
And I was in the factory. There is a ceiling completely full of hanging pig legs, already cured. Okay, during these 1 to 2 years, there is el catador, that is a gentleman that with a stick, you only can taste it if it's ready once during this process.
Right.
Because when you stick it, you are putting oxygen, and then it is not good. So, and this gentleman, the only thing he does is sticking in 3 different areas.
Okay.
Stick and smell. Stick and smell, and he knows.
And he knows.
This leg is ready.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
Incredible.
Yes,
incredible.
I mean it's a rare animal. It's how they eat is rare, and I've always wondered what makes it so special, and I know now. I know. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. By the way, the salt that they use to cure the ham comes from the Mediterranean Sea, which we produce a lot of salt, right, from the sea, and there is a huge. Let me tell you a story. 2 years ago, the paellas were a little less salty.
Okay.
And we are very consistent. We always use the same salt, the same recipe. And we were wondering, why? What is going on? And then some of my sous chefs told me, by the way, we started buying a different salt from a different supplier 2 months ago. Okay, and then we pulled the information, we called the supplier. One salt was sea salt, and the other one was from the mountains.
Yeah.
And the level of sodium and salinity is different. So sea salt is stronger than the mountain ones.
Yeah.
And for that maybe insignificant detail, we were inconsistent for 1 week because we catch it right away.
Yeah.
And we did a huge, deep research, and thanks to that mistake, we learned.
Yeah.
Something that before we didn't.
Definitely, and that's the best way to learn is by making those mistakes, right?
Thank you.
Tell us where the viewers can go to your restaurant during restaurant weeks and what you will be offering.
The viewers, we're talking about the website.
People that are watching us right now.
Diners, yeah.
Instagram, website. We're going to have a huge sign, of Houston Restaurant Week, as we have always every year. What else?
Is it easy to get to? Like, what part of town are you guys in?
We are in River Oaks District, which is a very nice shopping center. There is a huge, enormous, like 5 or even 6 floor garage. You can park at no charge. It's
Okay.
complimentary garage.
That's great.
And also, we're going to have valet parking service right in front of the door. So if you're going to have a Spanish experience at an amazing price and support Houston Restaurant Week, come in.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And are all these dishes going to be during the restaurant week, or will they be available, all of what you brought us here? Okay.
All of them.
That's perfect. Now y'all know where to go whenever you're looking for a restaurant for Houston Restaurant Weeks. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. We're very happy to have you here, and I will be there. You'll see me in there at some point eating some of this delicious food. And I'm going to eat some of this after.
You'll see him too. And if you don't see him at MAD, you'll see him at his sister restaurant, which is BCN. So if you're a Michelin follower, remember BCN was among the first group in Houston restaurants when Michelin came here last year. They were part of the rookies to get the infamous Michelin star, and then they kept it on going on. Like, that may be harder to do, to keep it, than it is to get it. So Chef Luis is in a very small group of chefs here that has truly brought Michelin to Houston in a way that not many can. And I think you can see why. His attention to detail, it's, talking about the pork, he's going to Spain and talking to the guy who's using the stick to poke, don't get too much oxygen. Like, that's him talking about that, because this is what has happened in Houston. It is so competitive in Houston because we do have, I believe, the best restaurants in the world. And we've kind of been a little bit of an underdog in perception. But we here in Houston understand what game we're playing. We have chefs like Chef Luis and our diners too. That's the other piece that a lot of other big cities don't understand is our diners are so well traveled. They are so international. They're going to their home in Mexico City for the weekend. They're going to their home in Dublin for the weekend, or they're going to Costa Rica for the week. Or maybe they're in Italy and they're coming back and they're talking to chef about the ham or the salt that they found in Italy, and then chef's going and getting the salt or the jam. And that is a very unique culture, I believe, that's very Texas. And I don't know, people think I'm a little crazy when I say it kind of reverts back to everything is bigger and better in Texas, but I think it's a real thing.
It is.
It's a real mentality. And I think that's why we are the most welcoming in cultures and hospitality and cuisines. I think that's why it works so well here.
I think so. I agree with you on that. With us being so diverse here and having people from all over the world, we know how to take care of each other here. That Southern hospitality goes deep.
Yeah, and that was, and Chef Luis will tell you, was my mother's goal, because she was the only broadcaster on TV that was talking to chefs from Spain or from Nigeria or Scotland or wherever they were. And she had a 3-hour radio show. And so she was discovering all of these cuisines just like everybody else was. And she was Houston's biggest cheerleader for our food culture for many years. You remember my mama.
It was definitely, that culture already exists, I believe. I arrived in Houston in 2014. So when I arrived in Houston, I was impressed about the huge diversity and the amount of restaurants, any type of restaurants. And I think somehow your mom put the voice out there. So everybody knew by then. No? But before, only if you knew that little restaurant from Ethiopia or from Uganda, but that was it.
Yeah.
But, Cleverley was the one that put the voice and and spread out all the world. And we have to be super grateful for putting them together and talking about all those little restaurants and beacons as well, right? And come up with that huge fundraiser campaign. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit of what this means to you. The fact that it helps so many people with the Houston Food Bank. What does this mean to you personally? That you're able to participate, that you've been doing it for so long?
Okay, I'm coming from Spain. In Spain, sadly, there is not that culture.
Okay.
So for me, at the beginning was, wow, I mean, helping others. I mean, I do love helping always, no, since I was little. But in this time, at that time, I had a business running, no? I mean, and I was a little, I don't want to say concerned, but I was a little, no, lack of culture, no? I mean, what does that mean? Is a win 100%. It's amazing. I mean, it is so big so helping others. Nobody imagined that helping others you can make double money.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yes.
it's amazing. And you don't know until you do, and you try it, no? And you try it 100%. So one thing is very important, and you know, we've been talking about this for years. When you put a $55 tasting menu, you know, the prefix menu for the restaurant week, okay, is a very competitive price. You think about volume, you need a lot of volume, and you need to put your best in order to be successful, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about food costs. It can be up to even 50%. But even though it can be shock, oh, wow, it is going to be a home run.
Yeah.
Home run.
Yes.
Don't go. I don't want to say cheap, but don't go prudent about the food cost. You need to do your best in order to success. It's very important.
Yes. And I think you've proved that. I mean, with all this great food and you know, a beautiful thing to see that you're living in gratitude, really, and helping out where you can and sharing your passion with us, right, with the rest of the world and with Houston.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and it really is truly an amazing thing, you know, for us to watch the restaurant industry prepare for August, because you know, in August, all of our kids are going back to school. So we have expenses, like we got to buy things for them. And, you know, I remember being out with my mother way back when, and a bartender or a valet would hand her car keys in tears, because at this time of the year, he would typically be laid off. Like usually, chef would be laying people off in August, but instead he's doing the opposite. He's hiring people. He's starting to prepare in probably April, thinking about his menu, because he's thinking about that pork. He has to make sure the pork guy has enough of the pork
Right.
for the Houstonians, because they like the pork.
Yes, we do.
So he's thinking about all of this stuff, and it's a line item on his budget every year now. It is a line item that they are betting on Houstonians to dine out and do good and to support the food bank, but to also give them their busiest month of the year. But guess who else gets their busiest month of the year? The bartenders, the servers, the valet guys. We hear stories about servers saving money to buy cars and houses and getting that final lump, like $15,000 or $20,000, and they're able to buy a car, and they plan it for the whole year. I mean, it's really incredible when you think about how this community comes together. Houston Restaurant Weeks is in the blood of every Houstonian here. It doesn't matter where you're from. We all like food.
We all like food.
Honey, we all like food. And we all like spicy food. You know, we like sweet and spicy. And you're not going to stop us. We're going to have all that food, and we're going to support the food bank. It is truly the most special city in the world, I think, because of Houstonians.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Chef Luis, for stopping by and bringing us this delicious food, because we will have some here shortly. Do you have any closing thoughts for the people watching us right now?
The only thing I would say is come and enjoy Houston Restaurant Week 2026. This is going to be, I hope, the biggest fundraising this year, record. Let's do it. And let's do it all together. You know, that's the only way.
Yes. Great. Thank you so much, Chef Luis.
Thank you, Chef.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah. Que onda, amigos? Welcome back. So we just talked to a great chef from España who brought us some of his dishes, but we're going to introduce y'all to a few other people here joining us today for Houston Restaurant Weeks. So can you please introduce yourself?
Pedro Teyuca from Bari, Ristorante.
Okay. Gracias, Pedro. And
Douglas Rodriguez from Exilio Restaurant.
Welcome, Douglas.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing for Exilio, and we know you have some awards and recognitions that we want you to share with our audience.
I just arrived to Houston. I've only been here 4 days.
Welcome to Houston.
Yep, I'm the executive chef of Exilio now. I'm a James Beard Award winning chef and multiple nominations. I won Rising Star Chef many years ago. I recently got a Michelin recognition for a restaurant in North Carolina. And I'm here to join the Bari group and bring Exilio to the next level.
Yes, well, we're very happy to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So for you, Pedro, tell us a little bit about your restaurant, why you decided to bring on Chef Douglas, and your role with Houston Restaurant Weeks.
Well, all started a couple years ago. We decided to open Bari with my partner Tommy Nelly, and then we have Bari. Then we keep just growing. We buy Georgia James. Then we recently acquired Verde, and we transformed it into Exilio Latin Flair. A couple of weeks we're about to open Bari in Woodlands.
Yeah.
So Bari hospitality is everything's about quality of food. Not competing with anyone, but respecting the food as it is, with good quality of food, good service, and basically enjoy life. Have fun with the food, but everything about hospitality. Respecting our customers, treating them like a family. And back to what you were asking me about Restaurant Week. I mean, I go way back. When I was a server, La Griglia, Brennan's, Tony's.
Wow.
And I met,
He knew my mama.
Katie
Wow.
moms. And then, it was such a, like she was saying before, back in the days, July and August, it was dead for Houston, because of the summer, because everybody travels and stuff like that. So she got the great idea to start with this foundation. And since then, I participate on every single restaurant that I work. I always push to participate on a Restaurant Week. I did a lot of events with her, chicken tortilla soup event, something like that. She was all over the place, but that's why she was very loving all Houston.
Yeah.
It was a great loss, but I was very surprised and very happy to know that her daughter took over, and then she continued with this legacy.
Yeah.
And since then, first it was a week, and now it was a month, and stuff like that. And it's such a good charity. I got the chance and the opportunity to go and work at Houston Restaurant Food Bank. Couple days just to see how everything works and everything, and it's amazing what they do over there. All the food that it comes out to all these people and help Houston. So that's why I always encourage to participate no matter what. So the 4 restaurants that we have, the 4 restaurants are going to participate with them on Houston Restaurant Week. We always think with my partners that if you're going to offer something, you need to actually offer something good, not just because you're trying to make money and survive in August, but also to give something to the community, to the customers. So if you see on all of our menus, you're always going to find a very good value for that kind of price that they're paying. We're always open to innovation, to try for something different. Bari, we have our chef partner Renato De Piero, which is Italian master chef, which he's the one who oversees all the concepts. Now we bring Marcelo Means, which is going to be executive chef at Bari Woodlands, and then Tommy Nelly, which is my partner. He's very good friends with him for many years. So it was a perfect opportunity that they were always in touch, and he wanted to try something different, move in, to Houston, which is not easy. And I always told them Houston is very different than any other city in the United States. Houston has the best quality people. When there's any issues, any problems, or any situations, Houston always come together and will come out of anything. So that's who we are, that's what we represent, and that's what we're trying to give back to the community, and always respecting the customers.
Yes. It's again, welcome to Houston. Yeah, you haven't seen, I don't know if you've seen the Southern hospitality yet, but it's coming. Well, we're looking forward to, hearing a little bit about what dishes will be available during Houston Restaurant Weeks that you will be creating.
Yeah. So, we have, in the appetizer section, we have 2 ceviches, a red snapper ceviche. We also have a tuna ceviche. We have a sweet corn soup with poblano peppers, which is vegan. We have a watermelon salad that's also vegan. I can't remember the rest of the appetizers. Entrees, we have a salmon dish, a couple of steaks, skirt steak. We have Yeah. I mean, you've been here 4 days. Yeah.
So we get
it's
it.
a lot to absorb.
But that's great. Thank you for sharing that. And, in these last 4 days that you've been here, tell us a little bit about what you think of Houston so far, how things are going for you, and how are you adjusting to being here?
I'm adjusting fine. I'm a chameleon. I can, adapt to any environment. Yeah. So, I'm adjusting fine. I'm looking forward to making an impact. Yeah. So.
Yes. And what does this mean to you that Houston Restaurant Weeks feeds a lot of people? Again, it's for a good cause. The Houston Food Bank takes care of a lot of people here in Houston. What does that mean to you being involved in your first week, here?
So I've been involved in Restaurant Weeks in other cities, but none of them give anything to a food bank. None of them. New York doesn't. These are the markets that I'm familiar with. New York, Philadelphia, Miami. None of those cities give anything back. Yeah. I think they keep it all. Yeah. Yeah. They kind of do advertising, and they say they're doing advertising to get the places full, but yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
But I think I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I think that's what makes it successful, or more successful than other cities. The fact that they're giving back something.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to be part of that.
Yes, well, we're happy to have you. I'm looking forward to what you're going to be making. And for you, Katie, we talked a little bit about this, when we were talking to our other friend. And what does this mean to you that your mother started this, that you've been involved now, and you help so many people out? I mean, in continuing to do this, not just the businesses, the people that are getting fed with the Houston Food Bank, the employees, like you mentioned. Sure. What does this mean to you, for you personally?
Well, it's everything. It's my life's mission, just like it was my mom. And so many of the chefs and operators here in Houston watched her for 20 years, very, very publicly on Fox and on CBS 650, support the local restaurants. And I think that Pedro is just an excellent example. He started out as a server. Yeah. And so he knows what July and August was like. He knows the struggles of being laid off when you are trying to buy new shoes for your 5-year-old or your 6-year-old to go back to school and not being able to afford it. And many in hospitality are in that situation where it is a paycheck to paycheck kind of situation. Devastating. To be out of work for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And so, her biggest, thing to overcome in Houston was, like Pedro mentioned, not everybody had the voice. Right. You've got these local business operators. Not everybody can afford, a big PR team or a big, marketing team, big social media team. That stuff costs money. And it was her opportunity to give the local business operators, the legacy business operators, the mom and pop down the road, the husband and wife, the single owner operator, the local, Tex-Mex restaurant that has expanded to 7 locations across Houston, and to give them and to expand their audience for Houstonians, because a lot of Houstonians just didn't know. Yeah. And, to what Chef is saying, about Restaurant Weeks in other cities, he's absolutely correct. my mother volunteer consulted for many years for a lot of those entities that kind of copied the idea, but they only took half of the idea. They kept all the money for
So it
themselves.
started here.
Well, this is the original. Oh yeah. And so that is definitely what you see across the country is they're like, oh yeah, why would we give all that money away? Well, that was Cleverley Stone.
Yeah.
That was what she did. And that is very Houston. And
Yes.
so
What year did it start?
2003.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think New York is 1 year older than us. I want to say New York Restaurant Weeks is 02, and I think Dallas Restaurant Weeks.
It's actually 2000 because I remember
Or
the year
2000.
it came out, every year it went up a penny.
Okay. So there
2000 it was $20 menu.
Yeah.
2001 was $20.01.
Oh, wow.
And then that format didn't work anymore after that because you couldn't make any money.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the lunch in New York is $35 for the lunch, but it was definitely something that, the charitable aspect is unique in that it really and you're right, it is the magic, because in every other city it's just a money grab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just a money grab. And so for the restaurants and the operators, it's just a money grab. So there's that feeling the diners are really smart. The diners know it's just a money grab. So the operators aren't concerned with providing a good value. Like if you go to Exilio, Latin Flair, which is Pedro's newest restaurant, Bari is one of our biggest donors. But if you go to these restaurants, you're paying $55. But honey, you know what that a la carte value is? It's probably $65 or $75. And those diners, they know it. That's not happening in New York.
Yeah.
They're not getting that value because there's no underlying support of the community to encourage it, right? You have operators that understand what it's like to be slow in August.
Yeah.
And they understand from the ground up what it takes to support a community. I mean, this is 10% of our community here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people. I mean, I would be in restaurants and my mother would be pounding on the table, crying, talking about, like, how are there hungry children in the city with the most restaurants and the most cuisines and the most cultures? Like, she was not okay with that. And I think, most of Houston kind of grew up watching her on TV because she was the only crazy one on TV that was, making all the chefs get up at 7 a.m. And, she would be out there with her fried Twinkie, going. Oh, no. Sometimes she would come to the station dressed up like a banana, and her producers wouldn't know, and they wouldn't know what to do with her. Or they'd make him dress up like a fork or a corn. She was wild. She was wild. And there was nobody like her on TV or on radio. And so that is 2020, she passed away. But she was really Houston's cheerleader to celebrate the internationalness of Houston. And she was the one big voice who was saying, you guys, Houston is the best place for food. Houston is the most hospitable. Houston has the most choices and the most different cuisines and cultures. Houston is the best. And that was her mantra. And so dine out and do good is completely in the DNA of the city. If you're born in Houston, it's in your blood.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. It's like Houston Astros, Houston Rockets, Houston Rodeo, Houston Restaurant Weeks, right? Am I right, Pedro?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. It's a beautiful thing that you shared that, because it really does come full circle. It helps so many people out. And you're right. The people see that. Yep. We get to see that. What does it mean to you, sir, to be involved for so long as well with Houston Restaurant Weeks?
Well, I think, Katie just say it all, basically. But in addition to that, is her mom is the only one who really brought everybody together, restaurants, people, and then support all these communities when they need it. When there's strategies, hurricanes or anything, Houston Restaurant Week is always there. So I think she's the only one that really brought everybody together. From customers and restaurants. Yeah. And then on top of it, she brought, TV, radio stations, magazines, everything. So she's the one who really, bring everybody together to make this happen.
You
And
remember
now-
COVID?
Yes.
Remember COVID? Like that was a whole
Yeah.
nother thing
Yes.
with Chinatown because people were afraid to go to
of
Chinatown.
course.
People were afraid to go to Chinatown during COVID when it was coming out, and it was horrible. And all their businesses were shutting down. Like, what do? We have a huge Chinatown. Our Chinatown is getting one of the best reputations in the world, by the way. You need that. That's where you need to go right now.
On my way
Right
there.
now, right
I'm
now.
on my way there.
Go.
Hello.
But if you, like, to what Pedro's saying, even on our social media, my mother was the one saying, no, go to Chinatown. And she was having all of the Chinatown restaurant owners on her radio show. She was bringing them into Fox, and their business would be full by that afternoon or that next day because she was the sole voice saying, you guys, everything is okay in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Please support our local Chinatown residents. These are Houstonians. We are in this together. There's nothing wrong with it. But she was really the one voice that was saying that. Yeah.
How many restaurants are participating this year?
It's usually about 350.
Wow.
Honey.
How much did you raise last year?
Last year was just under 1.7 million, 1.8 million. Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Let's go,
Wow.
Pedro.
We love that.
See,
I
now
know.
he's getting.
Yeah, he's excited.
He's understanding.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
helps a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, in Houston Food Bank, every dollar that they take in is 3 meals for food insecure Houstonians. So over 23 years, that's over 70 million meals for food insecure Houstonians. Honey, you're never leaving the city.
No, we're gonna keep you.
No. There's no reason. No. We're going to China. I'm taking him to Chinatown. I got just the spot.
Well, Katie, it's a beautiful legacy. You know what you have from your mother, and having been there, it's beautiful to see you so excited about it. I'm excited about it. I think we all are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Congratulations. We're very much looking forward to it. Final closing thoughts, real quick. I want to know, what dish are you guys most excited to have so that I can go have it. So let me know what y'all are most excited to have. A restaurant, perhaps, or a specific dish, or something you're looking forward to. We'll go down the row here.
Yes. Well, in case you are a ceviche fan, if you're a ceviche fan, ceviche is a big thing in Houston. Like we have more ceviches than any city. Everybody has their own. And Exilio, they have several kind of ceviches.
Okay.
Very good. So definitely, and it's perfect. Summer is perfect for ceviche. So that's one of my go-to HRW dishes. Whenever I go to an HRW restaurant, I'm usually getting the ceviche because they're so creative, and none of them are the same.
They're different.
100%. 25 different restaurants, 25 different ceviches. So, yeah. So, Exilio. Yeah. And it's a good value, too, because outside of Houston Restaurant Weeks, it's more expensive. So, I'm saving money on the ceviche.
Yeah.
You and I have a lot in common.
Yeah.
We're just finding that. Yeah. The food brings us together.
Of course, I love meat, and I have to go to. There was a time when I worked at Churrascos, and I love the culture of all South and Central America. But tacos garnera from Mexico, which is thin slices of a ribeye, a touch of lime juice, avocado, cilantro, and plain sauce. But also you're going to the other side, and then you have lomo salteado, which is beef tenderloin tips, sauteed with onions, bell peppers, white rice, French fries.
Little French fries in there.
I mean, it's spectacular.
Yeah. You're making me hungry.
Even long time after I left, we still used to go to Churrascos, and I used to always order that lomo salteado.
Well, that's great. I'm gonna try that, and we're gonna try that. And for you, sir, I know we're new here to Houston. Again, welcome to Houston. We're excited to have you. Is there anything you're excited to eat, or something to try out here in Houston that perhaps you've been looking forward to?
Chinatown, baby. Chinatown. Chinatown.
Right now.
Chinatown.
And you have no idea. Like, it is a way different Chinatown.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Oh no, honey, it is. Yeah, so
Never been,
creative.
but I've heard.
It's so creative. It's there's so many, and I hate to use the word fusion because it's not the correct word, but we have so many creative and smart people, and the combinations and the flavors that you think like, oh no, that's not going to work, but it works like as an ice cream. or it works as like a flavoring or a sauce, and all of your classic James Beard chef worldwide, you're going to look at that and you're going to be like, no. But then you're going to taste it and you're going to say, okay, I get it. This is Texas. This is home. I understand.
Yeah.
Yes. Real quick, so don't forget, y'all, Houston Restaurant Week starts August 1st and it goes through September 7th. The menus go live on July 15th. That's correct. And if you are a restaurant owner and you would like to join Houston Restaurant Weeks, there is still time. We have until about July 25th. Is that correct? All right. Well, perfect. Yep. Thank you so much for meeting with me, Katie, and for having y'all as well. It's been a beautiful thing to get to learn and listen from y'all. Always an experience. Do you have some closing thoughts for our viewers?
Yes, sure. So one thing that's fun about Houston Restaurant Weeks is our gift card giveaways. And so every single day, starting on July 15th, $100 every single day, all the way until September 7th. And so all you have to do is go to the Houston Restaurant Weeks Instagram, tag a couple of friends, follow Houston Restaurant Weeks, follow the restaurant. You'll probably see Bari and Exilio.
You're a marketing genius as well.
Listen.
You're a marketing genius as well.
No, that was my mama. That was my mama. Everyone knows that. But it's a really fun way for diners to, and then the July 15th, here's another little tip, and I know y'all know this because I know y'all have been doing this for a long time, but July 15th is when the menus go live, and a lot of restaurants like Bari and Exilio, they get booked. So if you want to get into those really good HRW menus and you don't want to miss out, make your reservation on OpenTable. Go to the website. Definitely get in there because I don't want you to miss it. And that 2-week period, that's the brilliant genius part. Is I get a lot of calls that last week of July and I cry a lot because it'll be Pedro calling me, or it will be, a chef, at another restaurant saying, Katie, I'm booked. And the event hasn't even started yet. I have one weekend of a little bit of seats. Like, that's it.
I love it.
So do we. Well, thanks again. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you to all our viewers and for sticking with us for this. Don't forget, Houston Restaurant Weeks is starting soon on August 1st through September 7th. We can't wait to see you all there.
Que Onda Magazine presentó